Welcome to Linz. Welcome to the second episode of Inside Festival. We are broadcasting live from our beautiful studio in the Electronica Center to you about our festival program and what we do the whole day here. Actually, I mean, just looking at the last days, you can see behind me the Danube, which is overflowing with water. You probably have watched the news, and in Austria and Germany, at least in some parts, there have been heavy rainfalls. And in last week's episode, you maybe saw something of the storm that was going on behind us. If I remind you about last week, it was about the topic of somehow soil, connecting it to our love projects. And we will continue with this, just not so much about our very own love project, but about what our partner will contribute to this. And in this context, I would love to introduce my very dear and also very responsible person for all those garden partners, Manuela, who is actually the producer of the online festival gardens. Please give us an insight of what we can experience today.
Thank you very much for this nice introduction, Christl. It's actually an honor to be here in the studio with you today and to already be able to present some of the programs that our partners are currently preparing and producing. The first program that we will show you today is a program that is made by our lovely Garden Indonesia with the help of the lovely Mona Liam, the artistic and program director of MediaArtGlobale in Indonesia. In her program for this year's festival, she will show us many details about the close connection between Indonesian culture and the herbs and spices that spring from the fertile local soil. Especially in connection with the COVID pandemic, this topic has become increasingly interesting again, especially among young people, in connection with the health promoting effects. And it has also become a strong artistic focus. After Mona Liam already took us on a wonderful journey to the tea plantations of Indonesia last year, this year she will take us on a trip to the chili fields of Indonesia. And she will also introduce us to the topic of Sambal, which is a very famous spicy paste, a famous side dish of Indonesian food culture that of course consists mainly out of chili, but also out of a lot of other spices and ingredients. And in total there are around about 322 different recipes. And now we will watch the video that Mona prepared for us today.
Hi, I'm Mona Lim, Artistic and Program Director of MAG21 MediaArtGlobale Festival from Jakarta. MediaArtGlobale Festival is an art, science, and technology festival showcasing cutting-edge works based in Indonesia. We work with established and emerging talents in new media art to connect them into global opportunity. Our mission is empowering art, science, technology communities to generate ideas and reviving connection. About our theme, Infinity and Adaptation Movement of Garden Indonesia, moving forward as in every civilization has its own tipping point. The pandemic experience showed that everything that happens has positive and negative consequences. What is next? Adaptation is the option to survive. If in 2020 our Garden Indonesia shows about tea plantation, this year we will introduce another hidden treasure of Garden Indonesia. Garden Indonesia elaborates on our culture, environment, heritage system, and society. This is the genuine story of Sambal, a chili spices as side dishes that is the unique symbol of Indonesian culture and identity too. We also like to talk about Indonesian heritage mixology of health and beauty through our herbal spices. How connected are humans and their food? Has science and technology changed humanity? Has Indonesia's natural resource influenced its people's life? This year, we like to introduce Sambal. There are 322 Sambal recipes from 275 tropical spices found in Southeast Asia. Sambal, made from chilies and other spices, have been a catalyst of change in a lot of aspects of people's lives in Indonesia, from economy, trade, law to politics. These invisible things could change the society and become an important aspect of changing game in the pandemic era. This story could be part of culture action in our adaptation movement.
Now I'm really hungry and I so much miss going to Indonesia. Actually, I'm excited that Mona this year not only brought the Jakartan partners into the boat of the festival, but invited actually a partner network across whole Indonesia to be part of this year's festival. And if you think that, we just select partners because they are so fantastic, that certainly is the case. But we actually select also garden partners because we really want to travel to those destinations at one point, at least once it's possible again. So the next partner that I'd like to introduce is located in Chile, in the Andes. And this is actually a wonderful collaboration with the Chilean Foreign Ministry and the Cultural Ministry that allows us every year to invite several partners that we will introduce in the following sessions. So today, it is about the Andes. We will go into this beautiful environment. We will see a very special place that is actually an agricultural farm, where the reason of that project is to bring together communities, to cultivate plants, seeds, locally grown gourds, specific potatoes, and so on, to talk about the topic of agriculture, what it means for the society. And they actually have initiated a project which is called Cooking for Freedom. It was initiated during the last year, and it came out of a need of actually, in the times of pandemic, starting to work together, creating dishes together, inviting the community to come together, and at the same time to think about where our food comes from and kind of avoids going into regular supermarkets. And we will now show you a bit about the project, but before we go into that topic, I really want to say that the challenge that we gave to our partners, they took it quite literal, and we are very excited that we are able to show you so many of cooking-related projects that discuss this topic of soil in their own cuisine, into their own culture. So now, please have a look.
Los nietos siempre sacan los huevos,
Espérate, que esto está...
Vamos a comer huevos toda la semana.
Nos vamos a poner huevones.
Huevo, huevo pato. Huevos.
Está bueno, ¿eh?
Hello, my name is Fabián Andrade and this is our greenhouse located in Peñalolén, Chile. Since the pandemic started, we decided to eat only things from here and try to not go to the supermarket at all. The stuff that we learned from there, we decided to share it with you, and we put together a special workshop called Cooking for Freedom. In this workshop, we will not only be using things that we produce here, but also we will have Maria Felices, who is a black belt in healthy cooking, that will be showing you the best recipes available. Here are a few examples of things that you can produce at your home. The idea of this workshop is also to make you think about the stuff that you have around you and how you can benefit from the cycles of nature to produce your own food. For example, pumpkins, or this special potato called topinambur, very popular during the Second World War. Duck eggs, that they come almost for free and they're a very abundant source of protein. Or even kombucha smoothies that could generate energy drink almost every week. So I want to invite you all to our workshop Cooking for Freedom, presented in the Ars Electronica 2021 by the fabulous Republic of the Montaña and Maria Felices.
What a wonderful project. And if I will find any time during the festival, I will definitely participate in this workshop. The next program that we would like to show you today is a small snippet out of one of our community projects with the title Experts of the Future that we have already introduced in our last session last week. It is a project where we ask all our partners all around the world to interview the children about their wishes and thoughts of the future and to really see them as the real experts of the future. Today we will hear the wishes and thoughts of Egon now.
Ich glaube, der Planet Erde wird in der Zukunft ganz viele Regenbögen haben und es gibt ganz viele Blumen, es gibt nie einen Abend und es ist immer ganz hell.
Actually, please submit some of those little statements to the festival still. We're very much looking for the voices and opinions and ideas and thoughts from our young audiences around the world. Now back to Manu, that was a short intervention.
What a nice and extremely cute vision of the world of the future. Although it might be a little bit tricky to find some sleep at night when it's bright all the time. This already leads over to our next program from our garden St. Petersburg, where we move from light to darkness to an artistic project called Cave by the artist Alexander Nikolsky from our garden in St. Petersburg that is organized by the grounding team of the ITMO University. They are preparing the grounding exhibition in the Soil Museum of St. Petersburg that will reconstruct the meanings of soil and its relationship with humans. In the artistic project that we introduce today, we move along philosophical paths into the subsoil of the earth. This project deals with underground structures left by humans in the form of reinforced concrete caves that tend to readapt their natural environment. In these bunkers, life organizes itself in a kind of dark ecology. The artistic project that takes place in this context consists of sound installations covered with sand. The vibrations of the different surroundings and the frequencies of the environment create visible patterns on the sand surface. Let's now enjoy the wonderful artistic video where Alexander Nikolsky is introducing his project to us.
Пространство моей работы – часть бывшего военно-промышленного комплекса с давней историей, легендами, слухами и экологическими следами, накопившимися за время работы завода. Сам интересующий меня объект – это огромная полуподземная емкость для очищенной технической воды, засыпанная песком, принесенным водой из фильтров. Этот бункер малоизвестен и почти не посещается людьми. Хотя там проводилось несколько перформансов, обычно извне проникает только свет солнца на пару часов. Этот бункер был создан и существует лишь как пассивное вместилище для внешнего активного действия и мог бы послужить удобной метафорой для любых коннотаций, связанных с военной заброшкой. Но меня интересует материальная жизнь объекта как такового. Следуя концептам темной экологии, объектно-ориентированной онтологии и агентного реализма, любой предмет может быть активным соучастником действия, независимо от присвоенной ему роли. В одном из перформансов я прошел процедуру закапывания в песок на несколько часов. В результате сенсорной депривации от тишины, темноты и нагревшегося песка сознание потеряло ощущение границ тела. Пространство превратилось в огромный резонатор ощущений, где собственный пульс и вибрация работающей рядом электростанции стали неразличимы. Следуя мысли Платона, получить доступ к миру реальных вещей можно, лишь выйдя из пещеры. Я совершаю обратное действие и сливаюсь с ней. Агентность места проявилась в этом случае в изменении состояния моего сознания. Эта работа не только о конкретном пространстве, но о самой возможности совместного действия на равных с миром неодушевленных объектов, о растворении границы жизни и материи. Проект будет реализован на стыке фотографии и скульптуры. Он будет состоять из емкости с песком и динамиком на дне этой емкости. Записанный в бункере звук не будет слышен напрямую, но превратится в вибрацию, которую возможно ощутить, только погрузив руку в песок. Фотографии, полученные автоматическими камерами почти без моего участия, будут напечатаны на тонких листах алюминия, и им будет придана любая форма, кроме плоскости.
Once ITMO University in St. Petersburg approached us with an exhibition that is totally dedicated to the topic of soil, we couldn't believe our ears because it was as if they just produced it for the festival, which is obviously not the case. But still, we're happy to be able to present it in our frames. So, what do we do the whole day when we don't stand in the studio? We actually produce a lot of guidelines. Some of them you see behind me on this pinned wall. And guideline sounds now very boring, but I think if you once have been a festival partner, you can appreciate the whole work that goes into guidelines, because it helps you a little bit in understanding this quite complex festival structure of the different things and themes that work together. And what does it mean to, submit catalog text? What does it mean to submit program details? Where will finally the platform of the festival happen? Because this year especially we will focus on interaction. So the festival platform will allow every protagonist, every visitor to connect with each other and to directly take up contact and engage. Besides that, I really need to tell you about one of our most favorite projects that at the moment keep us up at night, the Festival University. And the Festival University, in collaboration with the Johannes Kepler University, will actually invite 100 people, 100 children and students in the age between 16 and 24 to Linz during the festival, a week before and a week after, for whole 3 weeks to engage here around this topic of transforming your world, focusing especially on the digital transformation. And the question really is, what does it take to initiate change? What is the topic, what is education in the 21st century, and how do also our institutions need to change much more in order to be able to meet the challenges of our current time and especially, of course, of the future. And you have just seen before in the stream this beautiful rendering from our architects. This is the very first idea that will show you how this school of the future, this Festival University, will manifest itself in Linz then, and at some point then be populated by all those 100 students being hopefully able to come physically here to Linz. And now with that, actually, we want to thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, to follow our different programs that are hosted here beyond the Inside Festival. And of course, we are very much looking forward to welcoming you again next week when you get another insight into new gardens, into new artists and new programs that you can expect then in September. Thank you very much, Manu.
Thank you too.
Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.